Hey guys, quick little video on how to do oil cooler lines on a 4-wheel drive 15 through 20 Yukon. So first thing we're going to do, not necessary, I like to do it, do your oil change at the same time, drain the oil. Let's get that oil out of the system. I'm kind of halfway through the process here, but up there, not these lines, I already took them out. There's going to be 2 oil cooler lines going into your radiator, little E-clips. Pop those out, pop those lines out. I like to cut my oil cooler lines right here, drain the rest of the oil into the pan, and let the rest seep out. I think it's easier to get these cooler lines out when there's not all that more hose you're trying to fish out through. It's gonna be a 10 millimeter on a bracket. It's a little nut, you kind of see it right there on the stud. It's holding these cooler lines in place. Obviously this diff is gonna be in the way on your 4-wheel drive, so you're gonna have to drop it down. There's a bolt there and a bolt there. Just hangs down, rests on this subframe. You don't even need to worry about it. Don't need a jacket or anything. There's gonna be 2 10s going into your oil pan that I've already taken off right here. That's your cooler line, comes with a gasket. As you can see, I drained all the oil, took this splash guard out of the way for ease of access. And yeah, I'm gonna take that 10 off, pull these out. So I got the 10 out. It's just a little 10 on a stud in the bracket. Pull the cooler lines from that bracket off the stud and out from that power cord. There you go. Now it might be a little challenging, but you basically, you gotta get the oil cooler block that goes to the side of your oil pan, that block, out through the front towards me. You're not going towards the back. You gotta turn it. Promise it's possible, guys. Just gotta, like that. Work its way under that diff towards the front of the vehicle. Just slowly work your way out. Stuck on that mount there. Bottom of that motor mount. Alright, here, I'll get back to you. Alright. Got the cooler lines out. Gonna go ahead and put the new ones in. Future reference, take gasket off and cooler line bolts. Just gives you that little bit of extra room. Plus, you don't want to mess up the gasket when you're going in. Going same way. Now you might be asking me, Cooper, we cut the other hoses off to make our life easier in the beginning. How are we gonna put this whole thing in with the hoses coming on still? That sounds wrong. Anyways, obviously you can see how easy going back in is compared to going out. You kind of know what you're doing. Get a refresher. Trying to get that bracket under that wiring harness, up on the stud, which is not necessarily something you need to do at the moment, considering you still have a lot of movement to do with these hoses. Now that the cooler line's kind of in place, I haven't put that bracket on the stud because we still want a little bit of movement to be able to get these lines in here. These hoses have a lot more flexibility than y'all think they do. But obviously, still want to be careful, don't want to be careless. As much strain as you're putting on these links increases potential for them to leak. Obviously, we're replacing them because they're leaking. We don't want them to continue to leak or have that potential to leak. So just keep that in mind when going to reinstall. But you still do have a lot of wiggle room. Obviously, so they're bending up. But we're gonna put this cooler line up behind the radiator hoses, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the other one here. Bend it. See, got a good bend there, but not too much to where you're fucking up the links or the couplings. Going behind the trans cooler lines, behind the radiator hose, and try to point them up. Yeah, try to point them up near the radiator, the area you want them to be in. Yeah, and then we can mess with this now. Just getting that bracket up under that harness and getting it on that stud. Again, guys, I'm doing this one hand. You can definitely do this with both hands. So now we got it like that. We got our hoses going up towards the radiator on that side. We have our cool lines on the bracket. We're gonna put that 10 on. And then we're gonna go secure the 210s with the gasket. Make sure we're putting the gasket back on the side of the oil pan. Once we got our core lines where we want them, and we got them behind this radiator hose, but in front of the T going up, kind of off over there. We have them exactly where we want them. We're gonna go ahead and tighten that 10 on the stud there. And we're going to tighten the 210s and put on the gasket going into the side of the oil pan, the side of the block. And then we're going to put our tighten our diff bolts, put our diff bolts back in, tighten our diff up, and yeah, secure the splash shield again. We're done on the bottom, done with everything. The last thing to do is to feed those cooler lines, put the bracket on right here that I need to transfer over, and then we're gonna snap our cooler lines in, and then we're good to go. So this is my fault. You're actually gonna want these cooler lines on the inside of this radiator hose. Both of them. I can't grab this one. There we go. So yeah, that's my fault, but pretty simple fix there. Move that radiator hose out of the way. Get your cooler lines in the right spot. Always start with the bottom one, because when you put the top one in, it's gonna make your life a lot more difficult to fuck with the bottom one. I'm actually gonna push this cooler line off to the side. Focus on the bottom one first. So there's your bottom cooler line. Obviously it's not in all the way. Yeah, a little trick that I'll show you on a little bit is obviously put it as far in as you can by hand. That yellow should kind of disappear. That's where your E-clip is going to sit, on that yellow marker. And when you slide these black tabs, these black circular tabs over the cooler lines, once they're sat all the way in, if that tab cannot go over your E-clip, then it is not fully seated. I'll show y'all what that might look like after I get done, but I'm gonna slide this cooler line all the way in there and just wiggle, guys. It might snap into place. We're gonna take our E-clip here. It doesn't matter what orientation they go in, as long as the middle of the E goes into a slot and they fit all the way around. They're gonna click. I'll show you. If I can focus here. There you go. E-clip fully seated in there. And I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna slide this black. Sorry, camera turned off. So I'm gonna take this black clip. Might be a little bit of a struggle, but we're gonna seat it. Just seat it completely over that clip. It also not only is an indicator to show you that you have it fully seated, but also it holds that clip in so the pressure can't pop that line off. Again, guys, trying to do this one-handed and work a camera, very difficult. But there you go. Just work around it slowly and you'll get it. That's what a fully seated, if I can get it to focus. There you go. That's what a fully seated cooler line looks like in a radiator. Now I just got the top one to do. Hold this top one over. It's gonna be easier to see actually over here. I'm gonna take this line, slide it in there. See it pretty much fully seated. Let me take our E-clip. See, we're going to glove got stuck. Okay, there you go. Yeah, see it? See how it kind of moves around a little bit, but it is fully seated. Then we're gonna take our black, put it on there, make sure it's fully seated. There you go. Cooler line's done. Make sure to grab, there's gonna be a black spacer / holder that clips onto the radiator. It comes off your old cooler lines. Make sure you grab that, put it on the new cooler line. It's gonna go into a spot right down here for the tree clip. Actually, right where my finger is. I know y'all can't see that, but yeah, boom. Add your oil. Make sure you're done with the oil change, and cooler lines are finished. Thank you guys for watching.